I think we're good. We're good. I see a little YouTube thing.
Yeah, we're live.
How do I see comments?
If you get on YouTube, you can see comments.
Oh,
Hi.
okay.
So
Hi
I'm on live.
everyone.
Yeah,
I
I'm on
can't
YouTube
see
now.
you.
I can see the comments. No one's here yet, so come on, everybody.
Yeah,
But if you want
it's
to go ahead and start, I think a lot of people are going to be watching this on the replay. Week 3,
okay.
Hunt for Red October. Woo, woo, woo.
Woo-hoo! All right, it is 8:01 on Thursday night, the third Thursday of October. Woo! Get excited. Well, hey everybody, welcome to your third and final installment of Hunt for the Red October. Pretend like they're playing that dramatic music from the movie. So, let us review. Week 1, you learned from Bree about your why. You really dug into your why. We learned about the importance of the weekly plan sheet, and just the whole encompassing of your business, of your personal goals, your professional goals, your fitness goals, just all of that wrapped into one. So that was a big week 1. And if you haven't seen it from the beginning, make sure you go back and watch that. And then week 2, Jennifer Huff brought us the how. Like, okay, that's great, all the why, but tell me how. And so the how is how to find their need and fill it. The girlfriend, those 4 things, I love that. The girlfriend time, the positivity, the flexible income, the flexibility and the income, and then how to track that. And then now you're on week 3 with me. My name is Jamie Lawrence. I am a Pink Cadillac sales director. I live in Concord, North Carolina, and I am so excited that I get to be your caboose of the Hunt for Red October. And so we're going to talk about what's next. Why keep going, and where do we go from here? Because I think a lot of times, we get this great training, we feel so motivated, we have all this great knowledge, and then we freeze, right? Like, oh, okay, now what? Now what do I do? Right? Does anyone feel that way? Okay, so that's what I'm going to hopefully teach you within the next 30 minutes or less, is what's next and why to keep going. So here's your secret sauce, girls. You ready? The secret sauce to anything in Mary Kay. The secret sauce to being successful in anything. You want to know what it is? I'm going to tell you. It's you. It's right here. It's those 6 inches between each ear. It is your brain. Did you know your mind and your brain is the number 1 most important commodity to your business? It really is, you guys. It's everything. What's going on in your brain is going to translate to everything else. And what I mean by that is your ongoing personal development. That is where you go from here. Are you going to make it a priority to continue your personal development throughout the course of your Mary Kay career and beyond? And the reason this is so important is not just because it's the catalyst for your business and it's the machine for your business, but because it's everything else in life, right? It strengthens our heart, it strengthens our faith, it strengthens being a better wife, being a better mom, being a better sister, being a better caregiver. It is everything. And that personal development piece, this is why I always say I think every woman in the world needs to be a part of Mary Kay at one point in their life, because of it just builds your better human beingness. And so you really have to make it a commodity, or excuse me, you have to make it a priority to every day develop yourself and every day to make yourself better. And like I said a little bit second ago, it really is the engine that fuels everything. And like if you're an engine in a car and the engine goes out and you're already driving, like the car will coast for a minute and then it'll conk out. So even if you're not pouring into yourself and doing your personal development, you'll keep coasting. Like you can keep outworking that if you've got a strong work ethic, but at some point you're going to halt to a stop. And so that's why you got to keep pouring into the engine, keep strengthening that engine, keep the oil changed in that engine, keep it strong, keep it firm, keep it healthy. So I'm going to give you some things on how to do that. Okay, you ready? So have your little workbook. I'm sure you do. And so number one is my why is. Okay, so here we go. Back to the why question. So question number one, my why is. Immediately write it down. What is your why? What is your reason for breathing? What is your reason for starting a Mary Kay business? Your why. If somebody's, you're talking to somebody about Mary Kay and they're like, oh, well, why are you doing that? What is your why? Write it down. And then the next part of it, it is important to me because. And here's the thing that I don't know about you, but I've struggled with this. And I have felt like, well, I'm not going to tell people about my why because they don't care. They don't care that I want to be a work from home mom. They don't care I want to be a homeroom mom and go on field trips and be at the school bus stop. They don't care. But they do care because if it's important to you, they care. So you need to really know why that's important. So jot that down. Why is it important? Why is it important to you? Your why. And it doesn't have to be important to anybody else but you. It doesn't matter. If it's important to you, it's a big enough why. Okay. And then the second question that is, I am so passionate about what? What are you passionate about? And of course, this leads into your why, but this kind of gets in deeper and it digs in there a little bit and it gets into your gut. And if you're feeling a little, well, let me give you a second. Let me be quiet. Okay, did you write something down? Because if you didn't, and sometimes you feel stuck at this point, it's okay. It's okay because you're normal. And like I said, for a long time, I struggled with I don't think my why is noble enough. I don't think it's Christian enough. I don't think it's big enough. And you know what? It doesn't matter how big enough is. If it fuels your soul, it matters. And it's your why, it's nobody else's. So another thing that I've done when I've been feel like I'm not working out of passion, if you will. Like I'm not passionate about selling skincare. I'm not passionate about matching lipstick colors to people. I really don't give a crap, right? If you've ever felt that way, hey, it's okay. But what you are passionate about is your why. And your why is your engine. And your engine fuels your business. And your business fuels your dreams. Okay, so that's why your why and your passion are so important. So here's something to ask yourself. If you feel stuck, like if you're like, I really don't know what my why is, I haven't figured it out yet. I encourage you to make a list of everything that you don't want. And I fully believe if you start that list and you get to 10, 11, 15, 20 reasons of things you don't want, you're going to find your why. So that is an exercise. Write down or just ask yourself, what don't you want? I don't want to be broke. I don't want to just see my kids late at night and feed them dinner, give them a kiss goodnight, and throw them in bed. I don't want to not be able to help somebody out if they're in a predicament. I don't want to feel like I'm a slave at my job. What don't you want? Because you guys, this is why all of this is so important. And if you're ever second guessing yourself, maybe you should write this down because this is what helped me these past 16 years. Is the question isn't, can you be successful in Mary Kay? That is not the question. Can you be successful in Mary Kay? The question is when. And so think about that for a second. The question isn't, can you be successful in Mary Kay? Because everybody's successful in Mary Kay. Everybody that wants to be successful in Mary Kay can do it. And this is something I've repeated myself. When I have felt like I can't do something, I have to remind myself, well, other people have done it. Well, Kathy did it. Well, Lynn did it. Well, Kimberly did it. If they can do it, I guess I could try. I mean, I could do it too if they can do it. Remind yourself, there are so many success stories in Mary Kay. And if other people have done it, you can do it too. It's just a matter of when. And that when timeline is up to you. You can either start today and decide this is the day, this is the cutoff point. I am going to complete XYZ by the end of October. I'm going to be here in January. I'm going to be here in 5 years. It's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when. And maybe on the flip side, we know there's people that haven't been successful, Mary Kay, and their when was when they quit, right? So you have to ask yourself, when is my quitting day? Am I either quitting, telling myself that I can't, or am I quitting Mary Kay, right? And when I say quitting on Mary Kay, it's also kind of quitting on your dreams, right? Because you probably started your business for a reason, for a dream, to make some extra money, to get a great discount, and somewhere along the way, a dream attached to that, right? Okay, so here's your next question. And this is actually this is at the bottom of your sheet, but I want to talk about it right now. Is am I willing? Am I willing? What is my willingness factor? What am I willing to do? And what haven't I been willing to do? So when I've been at crossroads of my business and I have convinced myself, I've bought into my excuses and my lies that I can't do it. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't meet new people. I can't book parties. I can't team build. I can't get on the meeting. I can't go to seminar. I have had a meeting with myself and ask myself, what am I willing to do? Am I willing to go to seminar? Am I willing to find money to go to seminar? Am I willing to talk to 5 people about the business opportunity? Am I willing to get out of my comfort zone and talk to a stranger at the grocery store? And then I also have to ask myself, what haven't I been willing to do? Like what is it? Like I really haven't been willing to get on the phone and make phone calls. I'll text, but I am not willing to get on the phone. And so what haven't you been willing to do? And then the next question that you might want to ask yourself is, am I choosing comfort over courage? And 9 times out of 10, what you haven't been willing to do is because you've been choosing comfort over courage. So comfort over courage is, I really want to go watch Menendez Brothers on Netflix. Courage is, I got to reach out to 5 people. I got to do 5 more booking attempts before I go watch Menendez Brothers on Netflix, right? Comfort over courage. And by the way, that show is terrible. It is evil as poison. So if you've watched it, we can talk about it. I didn't get through it. Are you choosing comfort over courage? Are you choosing, you know what? I'm going to sleep in today. I'm not going to go to the gym. That's comfort over courage. Are you choosing to eat that Dunkin' Donuts that somebody just brought in the office over the apple that's in your lunchbox? Comfort over courage. And how many times do you choose comfort over courage? Because you guys, 9 times out of 10, we never grow in our comfort zone. Maybe our waistline grows in our comfort zone, but our success doesn't grow. It does not grow in our comfort zone. It grows when we're uncomfortable. And that's one of the best pieces of advice I got in my business. And it makes me feel uncomfortable thinking about it or saying it. And it is choosing to be uncomfortable all the time. Like always choosing to be uncomfortable. Because that's what successful people do, is they just do it because even if they don't want to, and even though if it feels really like uncomfortable, because they're choosing courage. Okay. All right. Let's do a head check. You ready? Okay. Go back to, let's go back to number 2. Okay. Let's look at number 2. Well, I wrote 2. It's your next section. Shouldn't I have these numbered? Where it says, currently I would grade myself as a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant on a scale of 1 to 10 as what? How would you rate yourself? You would rate yourself a 1 if you're like bottom of the barrel. I am not a good Mary Kay girl. And you would rate yourself a 10 if you're like, yes, I'm in the zone. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm not Mary Kay Ash, and I'm not a national sales director yet, but I am in my zone. I'm a 10. How would you grade yourself? If you were your boss, because you are, and you were at a job review, how would you rate yourself? 1 through 10. Write that down. And then put some facts behind that why. So, or if you're a teacher and you're doing grade reporting on the report card, what would you grade yourself? And then why? What are some comments as to why? So do that real quick. Okay. And then, and by the way, you're going to take a picture of this. Once you have it all filled out, make sure you take a picture of this and send it to your sales director. That's part 1 of your homework. Okay, the next question. I have blank active team members right now. How many active team members? Not how many team members do you have, but how many active do you have? Because you may have 5 team members right now, but only 2 are active. So write that down. Okay, do you know? That's the next question. Did you have to look up Untouched before you wrote the answer? Do you know how many are active? Did you have to think, ooh, I don't know if she's active right now. Girlfriends, here's your checkup. Checkup from the neck up, your head check. You got to know your numbers. You're a business owner. You got to know your numbers. You just have to make it a point. Like set yourself a date. Like we talked about our weekly plan sheet. Like maybe on your like the day you fill out your weekly accomplishment sheet, like when you're balancing your books and you're paying yourself and closing out sales tickets, put on your checklist to check on your team. Put on there to say who's active, who's not active, who haven't you talked to lately, who do you need to tell that PCPs do? Are you checking in on your team members? Because you guys, you're a leader. You're a natural born leader. And I've had people say to me, oh, Jamie, I'm not team building because I'm not a leader. Yeah, you are. We're all leaders. We are all leaders. Women are leaders. God created women to be leaders, right? And so no matter what vicinity you're leading people in, you're a leader. You're a leader of your household. You're a leader in your community. You're a leader at church. You're a leader at school. You're a leader at work. You are a leader. You are. And you're just going to translate those skills into your Mary Kay business. Okay. Next thing. This is another one to write down to remind yourself. Unchecked thoughts kill your dreams. Unchecked thoughts kill your dreams. Did you know as soon as you have a negative thought and you keep thinking about it for at least 30 seconds, it becomes an emotion. And so once it becomes an emotion, you have to correct that emotion, and you have to correct that thought. But if you're checking your thoughts and you nip it in the bud within 30 seconds and flip it around, you have just not created that emotion. You've created yourself, you've saved yourself from having 2 problems to solve. So unchecked thoughts will kill your dreams. So as soon as you have a negative thought like, oh, I should have this, or oh, I really need to call her. No, I'm not going to. She'll probably think I'm bugging her. She's probably busy with the kids. Kids are probably crying. No, you've given too much energy to that unchecked thought, to that negative thought. If you have a negative thought, snap yourself, like flick yourself or something and flip it and turn it into a positive. Okay. So again, the purpose of this 3rd installment of Hunt for the Red October, what do you need to do to keep going? You are going to continue to build your belief. And that's what we've been talking about for the past 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's continue to build your belief. You're going to do that these 4 ways. Your personal development is going to come from reading books, saying your affirmations, having your devotion time, and or your journaling time. Hi. That's where your personal development is going to come from. What books are you reading? What affirmations are you saying to yourself? And are you taking some quiet time to journal and do some devotions? And then the last thing is you're going to get into action. Because again, when you're committed to building your belief, you're committed to building your personal development, everything's going to happen better. Everything's going to work out the way you want it to, and you're going to get into action and you're going to start celebrating your wins. Okay. So again, let us review how to build your belief. First of all, you're going to commit to your personal development, your self-work, right? You're going to read really great leadership books. Here's one I would recommend. if you want a leadership book, The Mary Kay Way, after you've read this, after you've read her autobiography, this is first, this is second. You're going to read positive, uplifting books. And if you need some more recommendations, ask your sales director. You're going to say your affirmations and fix your thoughts and flood your mind with positivity about yourself. You're going to, journal and do your devotions, and you're going to get into action. And as you're getting into action, you're going to celebrate your wins. You're not going to think it's silly. You're not going to brush it off. You're going to celebrate your wins. And then the last thing you're going to do to build your belief is you're going to plug into your mentor. You guys, that is so important. Mary Kay Ash gave us the gift of the sales director position as a consultant because we always have a mentor. Mary Kay gave us the gift of a national sales director because we always need a mentor. We need to be mentored, and we need to have a mentor. So if you feel like you don't have a mentor, if you don't have a sales director for some reason, then plug into Mary Kay audios. Listen to Mary Kay Ash, listen to nationals. Those are your mentors. Okay. So next thing, back to your sheet, third section. I use blank to track my business stats. So I kind of gave you this a little bit ago, but what are you using to track your business stats? The answer is your weekly accomplishment sheet. That is everything. Commit to doing that weekly. That's your mentorship with your sales director for sure. That's your accountability. And then the next one is I need to begin tracking. So maybe you need to begin tracking your star, like being able to rattle off. This is something maybe on Mondays or on Sundays when you're closing out your business week, you need to check how far you are to your star, how far you are to your power up prize. What do you need to start tracking that you're not tracking? Okay. All right. Continuing on. And then it said the next part is, as a Mary Kay leader, I would expect my team and my unit. So this is something to fill out as soon as we get off of here. So if you're a Mary Kay leader, right? Well, maybe you don't have any team members yet. Or maybe you're not in your red jacket yet. Probably not if you're on this call. But as a Mary Kay leader, I would expect my team and unit to blank. Like if you were in your sales director's position, what would you expect your team to do? Is it call you? Is it perform? Is it answer emails? Is it come to events? Is it chase a prize? What is it? And then as a Mary Kay leader, this is what I hope my team says about me behind my back. That's a really good one. Because you guys, these are intentions. It's setting up intentions. Because what you inspect, you expect. And what you expect, you inspect. No, what you inspect, you expect. So see what your expectations are. Inspect yourself. See what's important to you, because that is the mark of a great leader. Okay, next thing is we're going to get into action, right? This is one of our things and how we're going to build our belief. We're just going to do it. They say, what do they say? Negative thoughts develop in a dark room. Negative thoughts develop in a dark room, and that dark room is very quiet and lonely. Nobody's in that dark room. It's just you. And so you start developing those negative habits. So what do? You need to get out there. You need to communicate, or you need to fellowship. You need to get around people. You need to talk about people, about how much you love your business. You need to give your business card. You need to do a boo bag. You need to do something to spread the Mary Kay love. That is getting into action. And that is where this fabulous sheet comes into play. This is in your workbook. This is your IPA sheet, which stands for income producing activities. This is the action. This is how you make a red jacket happen. So we talked about the first half about getting this all right and tight, right? And then you got to get these right and tight, your hands and your feet to do the work, right? Because faith without works is dead, right? That's James 2:26. Faith without work is dead. So, at the end of this red jacket segment, if you've gone through everything, you've turned your homework in, you've read your notes, but you haven't done this, that's faith without works. That's being entertained. Like you just got on this red hunt to be entertained because you haven't put the work in, you haven't put the action in. Okay. One of the best things you can do on this sheet, this week, set yourself a goal, set a deadline by Saturday night, or give it till Sunday night. Tomorrow's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, to hold 5 sharing appointments with your sales director. And what I mean by that is as soon as you get off this call, I want you to write down your 5 best customers or your 5 sharpest people in your life right here. This last question. Who are your 5 best customers? Or, if you're new in the business, you don't have a lot of customers, your 5 sharpest people in your inner circle. You write those 5 people down and you're going to reach out to them and say, hey, I had this Mary Kay leadership training. I need 5 people to get on the phone with me and my Mary Kay mentor. She's fine. She's great. You're going to love her. She's not going to pressure you into doing anything, but I just need you to get on this call and help me with my training and listen to her, ask you some questions. And I just need to listen and learn how a Mary Kay business works. And that's it. That's it. That is how you get into action, you guys. And that's how you make your time and energy these past 3 weeks worth it, is you set up 5 sharing appointments this weekend. And you tell your sales director, hey, I got 5 shares lined up. What's your availability? Let's knock them out. And that's what it is, guys. That's all it is first thing tomorrow on your 6 most important things list, get up with those 5 people, ask them if they would be willing to do that for you. You can give them a free little mini hand cream or a goodie or something. But you just say, girl, I just think you're the sharpest thing ever. And would you be willing to help me with my training? And hop on the phone, 15-minute call. That's it. I just need to hear my sales director practice asking you questions so I can listen and learn. That's it. That's it. So that's your number one thing. Number one thing into getting into action. Okay. And really, you guys, what you're doing is you're setting up a pattern of your business, because our business is easy, you guys. It is so easy. This thing up here is what complicates it. But we book, we coach, we sell, and we recruit. We book, coach, sell, and recruit. That's it. That's all we do. And we let things get muddy for some reason or another. But the best thing you can do is just put into action. Focus on this IPA sheet, make a diligent effort to get everything filled out, and you will see oodles of growth in yourself. And you're going to do things way out of your comfort zone, and you're going to see yourself grow so much. Okay, so as we're finishing up, hold on, let me look at my notes. Okay. So the second part of my little class is why. Why do you keep going? Why is it important to recruit? Why is it important to team build? And really, the easy answer to that, other than Mary Kay asked us to, is because it's an influence on someone else's life. It impacts somebody else's life. Think about all the great Mary Kay stories you've heard. Just those heartwarming stories of people in Mary Kay and what it's done for their life. If someone had not shared the opportunity with them, they wouldn't be in Mary Kay. Their life wouldn't have been impacted. And so you could be the person that does that for somebody else. So this is a really great book. Where will you be in 5 years from today? It's an easy read. It's kind of like a coffee table book. But let me just read this to you. It says, be an answer to someone's prayers. Dr. Joe Blessing tells a story of a chance meeting between 2 strangers. An older woman had been sitting on a park bench, despondent and lonely, thinking of suicide, when a young man sat down next to her. The 2 of them fed the pigeons together for a few minutes. Finally, the young man got up, turned to the woman, and thanked her for such a nice time. This seemingly small kindness restored the woman's faith in life. The young man never knew that he had been an answer to her prayers. Brings a tear to my eye. You guys, you could be somebody's hero. You just don't know. You just don't know. So you just have to open your mouth, do something out of your comfort zone, and just pass it on. So the last little segment we haven't touched on right here, this 4th section, are who your mentors are. And like I said, if you maybe are on here for some reason and you don't have a sales director, you don't feel like you have a mentor, jot that down. Jot down who the top 3 people speaking into your life are, because that's another huge piece of building your belief and building your why and building this healthy machine up here is who is pouring into you? Who are the 5 people you surround yourself with? If, you're always around negative people and people that tell you can't, or people that tell you, oh, that's stupid, oh, that's this or that, those are the people you need to have around you, because that's not building your faith muscle. It's not building your belief muscle for sure. And so really figuring out and tapping in to mentors, people that have been where you have been, and people you would trade places with. That is a great mentor, not someone along the same lines as you, not someone that's been in a red jacket before but isn't now. A mentor is someone that is where you were and is no longer there because they've grown. That's a great person. Okay, let me wrap this up. Okay, hold on. Oh shoot, I had another spot saved in this book. Oh, here we go. It's about mentor someone. It says, let's see, mentor someone. Them the gift that only you can give. Don't just give what you know, give who you are. Can't think of someone to mentor? Don't let that stop you. Why not become a big person to a little person? Just contact big brothers or little sisters. That was not the right thing I wanted to read to you. It was the one above it. But the point of that is you can be a mentor to someone and you can pass it on. But let me read you this part. I should have made better notes. If you are successful in any area of life, remember that somewhere, sometimes, someone gave you a lift or an idea that started you in the right direction. Each of us can look back on someone whose simple acts of caring changed our lives, not just by teaching us, but by taking the time to be with us and to believe in us. Decide today that you will make time in your life to mentor someone that you will give, and then it goes on to what I just said. So, again, you can choose to be a mentor. When you are a red jacket, you have invited and encouraged 3 women to say yes to Mary Kay. And so that is your final homework. So it's sending the sheet to your sales director once you got it filled out. It's setting up those 5 shares and getting this taken care of. And then your final homework is, girl, just get in that dang red jacket this month. It is Hunt for the Red October. You can be one of those October girls and blow your own mind. Go get 5 team members. Get her excited, get her selling products, get her making money, get her order in by the end of October, and you will be celebrated as a red jacket. Your unit needs you to do that. Your sales director needs you to do that. And most importantly, you need to do that. You need to find that big win, and you need to set the example for others, because you never know whose dream is attached to yours, and you don't know who's watching you and who's waiting on you to step up and step out of your comfort zone and rise up and just do something silly in this wild world that we can do, and that's get in a red jacket. So as we wrap up, I hope this training was helpful for you. Like I said, talk to your sales director, give her some feedback. But the last thing I want to leave you with is on page 112 of Mary Kay's autobiography. She says, there's absolutely no reason why a woman should not succeed in business. All she needs is intuitiveness, foresight, product knowledge, market knowledge, guts, lipstick, clear judgment, a stubborn streak, a computer. I believe God gave women special qualities, but because of this, he also requires more of us. Everything a woman touches should be ennobled. We have an obligation to inject into world affairs all those traits which have been long considered female. These include such things as honor, integrity, love, and honesty. I believe it's wrong for women to feel that they must emulate or copy men in order to succeed. God created the world and he said, that's good. Then he created man. And he said, that's pretty good, but I can do better. So he created woman. You are God's masterpiece. Make the most of it. Have a great night. We can't wait to see you in your red jacket. Bye.